in the mist-shrouded valleys and rolling hills of Ireland and Scotland, where the wailing wind seems to carry the echoes of ancient legends, there exists a spectral figure known as the Banshee. This ghostly being is deeply woven into the fabric of Celtic folklore, embodying both the sorrow of loss and the ominous forewarning of death. The tale of the Banshee is as haunting as the wail that announces her presence, echoing through the land like a mournful lament. The legend of the Banshee, or Banshee in Gaelic, speaks of a woman who is both a harbinger and a mourner. It is said that she appears before a death in a family, her presence marked by a chilling, ethereal wail that foretells the passing of a loved one. The Banshee is often depicted as a sorrowful figure with long, flowing hair, clad in a tattered gray or white gown. Her eyes are said to be red from endless weeping, and her cries are a mournful blend of grief and forewarning. One particularly poignant tale involves a family living in a remote cottage near the village of Glenwood, a place known for its ancient burial grounds and dense, encroaching forests. The family had long lived in harmony with the land, but their tranquility was shattered one fateful night. The story centers around the McCarthy family, whose home was situated on a secluded hill overlooking a small, tranquil glen. The family consisted of a loving father named Sean, his wife Maeve, and their 2 children. Sean was a respected figure in the community, known for his generosity and kindness. Maeve was beloved for her gentle spirit and her deep connection to the traditions of their ancestors. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and a chill began to creep into the air, Maeve was sitting by the hearth, preparing the evening meal. The children played quietly in the corner, their laughter mingling with the crackle of the fire. Sean was out tending to the fields, his strong figure silhouetted against the fading light. Suddenly, a haunting wail drifted through the open window, carried by the evening breeze. It was a sound unlike any other, an eerie, plaintive cry that seemed to echo from the depths of sorrow itself. Maeve's heart skipped a beat, and she felt a cold shiver run down her spine. The children hushed, their faces pale as they looked to their mother with wide, frightened eyes. Maeve knew of the legend of the Banshee, having heard stories passed down through generations. The wail was a dreadful omen, and though she tried to calm her children, a deep sense of dread settled over her. She waited for Sean to return, her anxiety mounting with each passing moment. As night fell, the wail grew louder, more desperate. Maeve tried to ignore it, convincing herself that it was merely the wind or a trick of the mind. But the cry continued, a mournful dirge that seemed to seep into every corner of the cottage. When Sean finally returned, his face was grave. He had been working with a neighbor, and the 2 men had been discussing recent troubles in the village. As they approached the cottage, Sean noticed the pallor on Maeve's face and the worry in her eyes. The ominous wail continued, and Sean's heart sank with the realization of what it might mean. The next morning, the village was shaken by the news of a terrible accident. A young man, a close friend of Sean's, had perished in a tragic fall while working in the fields. The news struck the McCarthy family with a deep sense of sorrow, and Maeve's fear was confirmed. The Banshee's wail had been a harbinger of the loss that was to come. The McCarthy family, like many others who had heard the Banshee's mournful cry, found solace in their shared grief and the support of their community. The tale of the Banshee became a poignant part of their lives, a reminder of the delicate balance between the world of the living and the realm of the spirits. The legend of the Banshee endures as a powerful symbol of the intersection between the mortal world and the supernatural. Her wail is a reminder of the deep connections between families, the inevitability of loss, and the timeless nature of grief. Those who hear her cry are forever touched by her haunting presence, a spectral witness to the sorrows of the human heart. In the misty valleys and along the moonlit hills where the winds whisper through the ancient trees, the Banshee's mournful wail is still said to echo, a ghostly reminder of the legends that continue to shape the lives of those who dwell in the land of myth and memory.